开始，马上来向您报告一个好消息。只要您是在美国的观众，您可以通过 Dish、DirecTV、AT&T 就可以观看我们的节目。每天晚上11点到12点，优视的节目中，当然我们的开放麦节目也在里边。今天呢，为您请到了一位尊敬的嘉宾，坐到了节目现场，要跟大家先拜个年。毕竟现在我们还是在正月里面，祝大家，你有什么拜年的话跟大家说吗？
恭喜发财，
恭喜发财。还有呢？
还有啊，我要欢迎人今天听我们这个节目，给我一点时间让你知道我是谁。然后我的怎么讲？我的 platform 是
您的平台。
平台，谢谢。
哇，太厉害了！因为我想请您说一个祝福语的时候，没想到您会说这么好的中文，这么漂亮的中文，并且您今天还穿了有中国特色的马甲到我们的节目中来，太厉害了！您可以先自我介绍一下吗？
好，我的名字是 Allison Hayden 贺亚珊，我是在美国出生的，然后不久我们就全家搬到台湾去，到台北。
这是您为什么会讲中文的原因吗？
对，我的父亲，我家有6个孩子，我是老幺。
您还会说老幺？哇，最小的孩子。
我们都上中国学校，所以我只上幼稚园，但是我上了我在家都是讲国语，跟我的兄弟姐妹，所以这样子学的。然后我们来回3次，我在台湾一共待了差不多15年。
哇，那也是时间蛮长的。那回到美国之后，我为什么今天请您来呢？首先，当然您会讲中文，这是一个首先让我觉得大跌眼镜很厉害的一方面。另一方面，其实更重要的是，您现在是要开始选美国的国会议员。
对，
是。那比如说，您是什么样的一个契机？为什么要选国会议员？是因为您的工作关系，还是因为你接触到了一些什么样的事情？您觉得这件事情必须改变，
对，
所以你才想去选国会议员的呢？
就是这个理由。我现在用英文，因为
OK，
我的国语是好，但是你知道，你离开了很多年，就容易忘掉，也不常讲。
没问题。
对，I'm running for Congress because America is taking a direction that I don't think is healthy for our nation, is not what our founding principles are about. And it's a time that we have to step up and not complain in the streets, but it's time to use my experience, my background. I do know about education, which I'm in now, and I've been in finance and my years in Taiwan. And what I see, putting those all together, is America changing its direction.
您刚才提到了您的 background， 可以了解一下您的 background 吗？您是做金融行业，什么工作呢？什么行业？
现在的，现在我是当老师，以前我是在 finance 方面，我跟那个 Citibank、Bank of America 2个银行做过，我一样跟那个 Boston Consulting Group 有一个 project 跟着他们做。以后呢，我离开我当那个 Peace Corps volunteer， 我到保加利亚国家去。那时候他们一样是从共产党就一开始离开的那个，所以我有看台湾，我住台湾的时候，当在那个 martial law 的时间嘛，对不对？我们的生活不是很多很开放，对不对？比较 martial law 就是比较准。那我在保加利亚也一样，我看了别的怎么讲，different phrase，别的面子的这个跟共产党，所以我对这一方面我觉得这是很重要，这是我们全世界有2个怎么讲 lifestyle or
完全不同的
government，
对
就是一个是比较像美国，
对，
是人管我们的政府，对不对？我们选我们的政府，或是别的是政府管人，所以反过来对，所以我想美国，假如我们不小心的话，我们慢慢就变成像比较我们的政府在我们的 state 的方面，加州方面也别的 state 一样有这个纽约，就是他们越来越大，越来越抓人管的事情，那个法律太多了。taxes 越来越高，
税务
都一直来吃下本来是四方的自己管的事情，像你的家里，你的孩子，他们在学什么东西，这是以前都是在那个家庭方面管的，对不对？你可以跟老师说，或是跟那个学校说，我不要我的孩子这样学这种东西。现在呢，不行了。假如他们要教你，没办法，你没有办法 opt out。所以我现在我的这个 campaign 就是 family first。Family
first， 这就是你们的口号。所以我也在想，是您从做教师的经验，还有您做这个金融行业这个经验，包括您在不同体制的国家生活的经验，让您觉得说现在的美国有这么多不健康的地方，所以您希望去做一些改变。
对，对。
那现在去竞选这个国会议员，有没有得到一些就是帮助啊、筹款啊、大家的 support？ 有没有一些 Do you have a support from your local community？
就是我很多人都，我们今天你给我这个很好的机会，就是让人知道
您的想法。
对，但是没有很多人知道，也没有很多人，很多人怕这个，他们以为加州已经变成这个越来越开放这样子，或是越来越 liberal， 所以 progressive， 所以人以为这是好像一种没有办法把它回去。但是我自己感觉很多人真的不喜欢这种的。不是的，他们叫的很大的，呱哩呱哩，
声音很大，
声音大，但是人不是说是那么多。你看Trump 16那 in 2016，在加州他有好像32分的对32%。那是跟着我们有那么不好的这个 voter rolls and 那些东西，很多问题管着我们的 voting。所以假如我们能有那么多就是喜欢 Trump， 我现在觉得过3年多了，很多人看那个工作回来了，开始看那个 wall 那个 being built。所以有很多人喜欢他的所有的 policy， 所以我觉得这是很好的时间。
那我要猜测一下，您的倾向应该是共和党倾向，是吗？但是其实在我们加州，大家都知道我们加州是个深蓝州啊，所以工作要很不容易 ，It's difficult because we are deep blue state.
Well.Yes, that's the problem. That California is out of control. It's the leadership is allowing. Well, and even with the Fed, we're allowing H-1B visas to take so many good jobs. So part of my platform is Americans first. So that's every people who are here.With their status correct, that they be considered for jobs first, so that our college graduates get the good jobs instead of H-1B visas, and that I think it's AB4 that goes with it. Their spouses can also get jobs. So that's taking jobs away from people who don't necessarily have, just your high school jobs or just your lower level jobs. So on both ends, we have an invasion of a kind against our job market right there. And that's every year. They're allowed 300,000 just from India alone. And their spouses. So we're talking about a million people that are able to come in every year. And that's legally. We're not talking about open borders. We're not talking about sanctuary cities. So between all these different policies, you have Prop 47, even the justice system is overwhelmed, and it's raised the limit on a felony, so it's now $950. Well, how can you have a small business? How can you run a business like that?
Life.
So you're talking about small and medium-sized businesses that have to change the direction of their business just to be able to turn a profit. So, and it's like legislated anarchy, because the more you allow crime to go on and be pretty much licensed, then you are turning people into criminals. You are grooming criminals because there's no reason why you wouldn't steal. If you're even an honest person, if they are in a rough time in their life, now are much more likely to go steal something because it's not being considered. So what they're telling, it's kind of changing the the fabric of the way that of building character in the leadership of a company, of a business, of a state, of a country, is to want to have policies which cause people to do the right thing, not groom them to do other things.
Yeah. 您的想法跟我认识的很多华人的想法有很多重合的地方，很接近，很相似。您以前有没有从政的经验呢？ Do you have an experience for the political?
Yeah. Not so much. I was elected to be a county member, and I was Ben Carson's area coordinator. That's Ben where Carson, I entered. Yeah, right. Wow. And I knew of him because I'm a teacher, and he was a teacher, and he had worked in special ed, and so some of the things that he had done, I became familiar with him. And then when he came in, I was asked to be his area coordinator for Alameda. So I leapt at the opportunity, and then that's when I became involved with the committee, Alameda County Republican Party Committee. And then I was elected to be secretary, and now I'm serving as treasurer. So, yeah.
OK. 今天我们刚才已经谈过2个 first， 您讲了 American first， 还有您自己讲的 family first， 还有另外一个 first 就是 humanity first。您知道我说的是谁吧？ Humanity first. Andrew Yang.
Yes, Andrew Yang. Yes.
对对对，因为这个是在我相信不光是我们华人，很多人都在探讨的一个人物，一个话题。我不知道您对他有没有一些看法和想法？
他讲的事情是人在你的心里知道是，it's a feel good, you know.
我觉得这个口号肯定是对的哈，人性至上一定是对的。
对啊，是对的，但是我自己觉得这个划不来。Yeah, I think as 每个人1000块，这是他的本地的$1,000 income, right? A basic income.
Yeah.
It feels good. It's humane, right? And healthcare, right? So, but I'm an economist. If you just give everyone the same, not everyone's in the same condition, and you're going to give billionaires $1,000 too. And healthcare, the more you remove cost, any business, you have to keep an eye on the cost. Mm-hmm. The more it becomes a bureaucracy, the less it's able to be managed. Some people know about the $3,000 screwdriver in the Pentagon. The more it becomes a bureaucracy that's running any kind, health is a business still, and you have to keep an eye on cost, on innovation, on changes of a prescription, on the dynamic. Like right now, we're dealing with this virus, right? So you need to have a dynamic response to different challenge. We had SARS, right? We have different, now we're in an age of constant siege of different kinds of viruses and this kind of thing. Well, you need a private approach. Why? Because you're doing the research for it, the cost for it, and you have different bidding from different companies who can offer collaborative results. They can compete and bid for the lowest price, and they're forced to deliver the highest quality for the lowest dollar. That's the system of the market. Mm-hmm. That's what forces it. But when you have a government doing it, you always end up going with bidding contracts, going to buddies, and you always lose track of the costs associated. So it almost always comes out with costs being ballooned. And you also have less access. You have much more. You will always have the lines, and the people who know somebody are always the ones that get the health care first. And other people with serious conditions can be waiting for months, right? So this is not, people think it's humane, but the real face of socialized medicine is not, or delivery systems of the medicine, and the medicine itself is not really as happy. You can have, if you had a problem with a surgery, or if you wanted a second opinion, who are you going to go to? Or if it didn't go well, who are you going to sue? And what will be your other alternatives? I think people need to think through what it is they want, what they think they want, and really how that's going to happen.
所以你还是觉得他的这些 UBI 啊等等这些理念还是不 work，doesn't work， 也是为什么您说划不来这个 UBI。我在想哈，如果您现在开始选国会议员，肯定会有一些 campaign。肯定会有一些竞选的活动、拉票的活动。如果您去敲开一个门或者打一个电话的话，怎么能够说用那么几个 point 说我在教育上，或者是我在税法上，或者是我在什么问题上有自己的什么看法？您会怎么来就是说服你的选民说，哎，你可以投我一票？您会怎么说呢？ Your point.
Yeah. Yeah. 我知道。
你有想过吗？说我怎么最快的？因为大家都时
不容易嘛，对不对？
都没有那么多时间。
My elevator speech. 对不对？
It's like Andrew Yang has this line. It's just, I will give you $1,000 per month. That's very easy to remember, right?
Sure.
But what if how are you gonna introduce yourself if you knock somebody's door and say, "Who are you?" What are you gonna say?
Bring it home, bring it back to the family, the control and the power back into the parents and to the local community. We have local communities even trumping their plans, because if you have increasing homelessness or just housing, not enough housing, so you have state directives trying to take over local planning. We need new schools. We need park areas for families to congregate and be able to have conversations with each other. This isn't happening. Recreational areas not happening because of state mandated and taking over what it is local planning. So it's all about coming to the family first. Mostly it's educate. I'm an educator, and the importance I see is a change in the power, the shifting of the power, where the parents have lost control of what their children are to learn, and state mandated curriculum. For instance, California, Wall Street Journal reported that they are teaching now that capitalism is racism. So this is like an indoctrination. So we need to have power to say to them, and they need to respond to the power of the people, that we do not want our children brainwashed. We want them taught skills. We don't have skills with with mechanics, economics in high school, so that they're coming out of school with some skills that they can get a job and work. That's not a mistake. They took away all of these, even how do you keep a home? If your mother is not in a position to teach you, you have two parents working, and no one can teach your children how to do things for themselves, they are basically powerless to even, dare I say, screw in a light bulb. They're utterly without any kind of, now this isn't maybe an immediate problem in the Chinese community, but I think in other communities, because I think Chinese are a lot more practical, and it's just in the nature to teach that way, right? But it isn't always. I think we need parenting classes at the community organizational level. We need classes to keep marriages together. I mean, we're talking of build or strengthening the core of any society is the family. When the family is gone, it's gone.
I kind of agree with your idea, but let me start with a very difficult one to you. I know you are running against Eric Swalwell, who actually joined the presidential campaign last year, right? He failed, but still he has a kind of high profile, right? And there's already very crowded. I can tell there's 3 more Democrats running against him, and 2 Republican and 1 independent. And how can you stand out? I mean, and kind of that statement from you is very long, to be honest, right?
Yeah.
Family first.
Get the attention first.
What kind of power do you have to persuade people? Like, yeah, we all know family matters, but we fail miserably. Okay, what's your power? What's your magic spell?
It won't be a magic spell. It's about making a commitment as a community. People recognizing that this is the issue, because really think of the alternative. That's the problem is the alternative. We haven't attended to the family, and that's why it has crumbled. But if we don't attend to the family, if we continue to let it go the way it's going, the state will take care of the things that we cannot do for ourselves. That's the gist of it, is the whole shifting of power. And I'm telling you, as an educator, we're not educating children to think for themselves. I'm talking about how the techniques that we teach children how to think. How do we teach math? How do we teach problem solving? Memory systems? Are we developing them? So I'm talking about the next generations. It's a fearful thing when your kids are only on their phones and they're visually.
That's a new generation.
It's not funny actually. It's actually a fearful thing. Because why? They're not reading, and cognition comes through reading, connecting sound letter and putting meaning together, and critical thinking, the way the mind is developed. It's a passive experience. Watching something is passive. And it is not
you got idea from others.
And all you're doing is adding to your visual memory bank. Well, there isn't much critical thinking, and this is a problem because what they're doing is not reading. And so all in terms of being able to flesh out take a problem or take an article and be able to ferret out what are the main points and have an opinion about it and have you're reading other things in which to compare it to. These are all skills that are going away very quickly. Only in some schools are they maintained, but the more that we are using video, and this is a frightening result. So the family, the parents, we need to build community and have community come alive, because we are drowning in our own worlds behind a screen. Social skills and the ability to work and talk through things face to face, the communication, and even in the communication, you have to be able to think. You have to be right.
Sorry to interrupt you, but from my observation, you more look like a teacher, not a politician.
Well, thank God for that.
Right.
I don't want to look like I want, people who complain about Trump not having the experience. Well, he's shown us now the value of experience and what we have been voting in for years, and we've got nothing done, right? We've been promising a wall, didn't happen. But what did happen? A lot of human trafficking, drugs coming up. And then we had politicians getting rich over that whole time.
Yeah, but he has his slogans, like build a wall or make America great again. It's pretty simple, and people can understand and relate to that.
I think maybe
family
educate parents, parenting.
Allison has this slogans: put families first. I'm reading your website actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but some of the part you mentioned, I think personally, I feel like maybe churches do better job than government. Like you said, like the power should transfer down to the local communities, right?
Exactly. That's the community. Because the knitting of a community is through its community organizations to meet the needs of the local population. So churches for people who go to church and would seek it out in a church, and other organizations can also be born to reach out to those who don't want to go that route. But the point is that it's held, you give the opportunities locally. What's happening now increasingly is a state run. For instance, in the schools, as a teacher, I've had kids coming out gay, a Filipino person and young man. Great. He was a good student. He was probably my best student in terms of being a student. But he was being challenged by this in his life, and he really wanted to sort it out. So the school provided the counseling. I was teaching math and science for him, and with the schedule, every week he would be missing one or the other, and they're 2-hour sessions. And although he's a good student, he didn't do homework. He was flunking the class. I, by law, could not tell the parent why he was flunking, that he was attending any counseling, and the counseling in which he was going was a state-provided or school, and it was more grooming on how to come out, and not a balance like another view. So he had, and the parents didn't know who was talking to their child and what was being said. So, he needs counseling, but do the parents not have right to who is counseling their son? I mean, this to me at that age, this is still a family matter. And if he's eating at home and sleeping at home, below the age of majority, then it's the parents' right to know who is talking to their children and having some input into this. But I was told not only the school would be sued, and I would, lose my license. So this is where it's gone in terms, and your kid could be having an abortion during school hours and you never knew about it.
Oh my God.
And they're not allowed to tell you. And all these services social services are being facilitated at the school level. Now this breaks down a family because these are the issues that strengthen a family. It's not just good times, it's bad times. It's when you come together and you solve problems together. That's when you grow as a family. To remove that right of the family to deal with a situation, to me, is a conscious decision to break down the family and remove the power into the state's hands. And for me, I think this is extremely concerning. And if people, and this cuts across any religion, this is just communities across the board, any community, I think parents would want to know and have input, and not just input, have the power, the control over whether this happens or not, and who's talking to their children, right? So the movement of the state and in these areas is they're teaching the sex education curriculum. I don't know if you're aware of that SB 673 that was shot down. Well, it's not over. That's a good thing. The person who brought this up, I was just in a meeting last night with her, and it's not over. But the point is that the state basically said that the parents the bill is that the parents be given the right to be informed. It was not talking about the content, was not attacking the content. Although the content is the reason it's so alarming, it was the parents' right to know that whatever you put in front of my students be made available online, right? Well, not only that the parent would have the right to opt in as opposed to have to opt out, because many parents don't have time to read everything, and they should be given the decision to join the class we're talking about K to 5, we're not talking about
小学
right 小学时候对不起所以这一方面是很严的事情。
是我在想哈，就是您说的这些，包括到家庭呀、孩子呀、教育啊、沟通啊，包括这个现代社会对孩子的一些影响，还有父母跟孩子之间这个沟通的问题，还有我们加州现在目前存在的各种问题，其实我相信会有很多大家就是一致的、一样的声音、赞同的声音。我以前给人家竞选打过电话，我就发现呢，这里面有一个窍门儿，就是你打电话的时候呢，对方有时候会问你，我为什么要支持他？你比如说，我要跟别人介绍说，我要为你介绍，他叫贺亚珊，他会讲中文，他有很多的在中国、在海外生活的经验，在美国的经验，他有教育背景，有金融背景。然后对方会问我说，我为什你给我打电话，我为什么要支持他？我有一个窍门，就是说，如果有一个大家都特别关注的一个法案，比如说咱们举个例子，就说47好了。如果我说他在47号法案的这个议题上，他的意见是怎么样的？如果只说这么一条的话呢，马上对方就会有一个很明确的反馈，说我支持他，或者是我没兴趣等等。我不知道您有没有想过说，也选一个就是很明确的一个议题作为代表你的主见的一个议题。比如说我刚才讲的47只是一个例子，一个 example。您有没有想过有一个就是让大家简单直接认识您，然后对您有一个深刻印象？如果认同的话呢，他会支持您这样的。
对，这是有人有比我多的经验，对这一方面都在说一样的事情。
是吗？
我当然我是老师，我相信，假如我们的家庭，怎么讲不
讲英文好了。
If the family isn't strengthened, it's all lost. It's all gone. 当然47也有 SB 50 zoning laws. 过不久，假如或是 Prop 13，他们 第一咬口就是那个 commercial，对不对？
对
第二就是 dual purpose， 对不对？第三就是我们家，所以这个就是这个 state 一直要抓出我们的自立的生活，所以要看，当然那个是比较怎么讲，钱方面比较direct. It's more immediate. In terms of Prop 47, safety, and the wall is safety, and the sanctuary cities is a safety issue. So those are huge. But which one hits what community? Family hits every community.
对对对，所以
And
family 是
that's
最好的一张牌。
Right.
对啊，
人的孩子是他们最大的 or the biggest asset in a family is the children.
是
And if their children are, they lose the ability to parent, and they have to ask the state for permission to do things, and they lose their control. This is, but I understand. I think that I first had a strategy of hitting different communities based on what I believed were the things that they were paying attention most to. But I see it as a complete state grab. Family, where we live, how much energy we use, how much water we drink or use, right? It's all about a growing state power against, and it's not anymore the power of the people to their representatives representing. Now we're being told what will happen. Many laws are passed or they're hidden, or they're somehow not
Shady.
very clear, like the gas tax. Who would have voted for a forever increase in gas tax? But the way it was written was very confusing, and people voted for something that they didn't understand, and it really isn't designated funds for for transportation. It's really an eternal slush fund for the Democrats, or for
we can
whoever's
tell
in power.
all the problems.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
I
just
mean,
sometimes we feel like hopeless because we know the nature of the government is they grow, right? That's the nature of government. This is like a monster, and once they got the power, they would never give it up. But what's the problem is, how can we work against this machine or monster, right?
Right.
And you mentioned you are advocating for like autonomy, like a self-govern and the less power of the government. But in this state, I mean, how can we fight this? And can you tell us something about what's the specific plan? Like even one small subject. How can we fight this?
Well, I think that the war is information. You're giving me this opportunity, but basically you can't get the word out. A lot of these things are happening in different parts of our lives, right? And very few people have the time or energy to put them all together and to realize that taken together, this is changing the way that we live, the way our communities are set up, and it will change the way we live altogether forever. And so that's why I chose family first. It cuts across any kind of divisions, because we all have children. And so it's not about partisan anything. It's about, what do you want for your kids? Where do you want to live? What kind of family? And all of these things. Then you came here because we were a country of laws, and we had safety, and and now we are not a country of laws. We're lawless, and it's legislated lawlessness. So when you start with one thing that brings the most people, what I'm hoping to do is to build a critical mass, more and more people saying, hey, That's right. But it's getting the media, getting heard, and getting as many people together to push back. That is the only way.
Build your coalition. Right?
You have to build coalitions. Last night we were...
I think it's very interesting. Even 千惠，刚才 Allison 提到一个 information 的这个重要性，这是一个 information war, like, right?
对。
And 这是我们为什么做这个事情，我觉得也是对我们的一个鼓励吧。
对对对。
对啊。
That's why we are doing open mic.
Yeah.
We open the mic for everyone, for all the different opinions, all the different voices.
那我们就希望说 ，maybe Allison 以后可以，如果我们谈一些关于教育的呀、家庭的一些，其实所有的事情都可以是 very political 的，因为在这个现实里头是这样的。那我们也就今天可能时间是原因吧。
哎，我觉得有一句中文特别适合，就是我们老说有家才有国，就是作为一个国家来讲 ，family 是它的一个很重要的。你这个 family 好，你这个国家就会好。你国家好了，你当然所有的人 family 也会好。哦，这个 family first 真的是蛮好的。而且您的这个名字哈，中文名字我觉得蛮有意思的。很多人就是会起一个中文名字哈，就是贺亚珊。
哪个雅？哪个山？
亚洲的亚，珊瑚的珊。
哦，好美哦。
亚洲的亚，
亚洲的亚，珊瑚的珊，贺呢就是
恭贺的贺，
哇，贺亚珊，谢谢 Allison。